Well, guys, I guess it's time to line up for your $900 PS5. Hey everyone, it's Spopes. The recent news that Sony is increasing the price of the PS5 in some cases by $150 really got me thinking about the cost of gaming these days, the role that AI is playing, and the future of our technological civilization in general. In this video, I'm going to cover the PS5 price increase, when it's taking effect, what it means, how it is being fueled by AI memory shortages, and also why all this insane investment in AI that is coming at a huge cost is ultimately erroneous, occultic, and based on crazy ideas from centuries ago. Before we dive in, please make sure you've subscribed to the channel. Please like and hype this video. Consider joining the Spopes Army as a member to support me directly. Also, please do check out the merch below the video with a full catalog on my Fourth Wall site. And keep in mind you can leave donations on Fourth Wall or right here on YouTube in the form of super thanks. Thanks for supporting me, everyone. Now let's get into my analysis of the PS5 price increase, what it has to do with AI, and what all this means for the future. Sony just announced the prices of the disk drive PS5, the digital edition, and the Pro are going up significantly. This is taking effect in every region, with some areas seeing greater price increases than others. Their rationale here is that this is a necessary step to ensure they can continue delivering innovative, high-quality gaming experiences to players worldwide. These price increases take effect on April 2nd, making the time between now and then the best possible opportunity to get a new PS5 if you want to get one. I'm actually going to get another one for my kids before the price increase takes effect. Sony is even increasing the price of the PlayStation Portal, the mobile player that you can use to play games on your PS5 from anywhere. The price of the PS5 has already increased since launch, and this new hike just pushes the cost up even further. The disk drive PS5 launched at $500, it went up to $550 recently, and now it's going to be $650. The digital edition launched at $400, it went up to $500 recently, and now it's going to be $600, for an overall increase of $200 since launch. The PS5 Pro launched at $700, went up to $750, and now it's going to be a whopping $900. The PlayStation Portal hasn't increased in price since launch, but now it will be going up in cost to $250. It's ironic, as you'll see as we get into the rest of the video, that AI provided a very good response to why this is happening. The first reason that was listed is the ongoing AI memory shortage. The global economy is absolutely just doing terribly as well. That's not helping. And it's possible that the US tariffs on Japanese electronics are also playing a role. But in my opinion, those other two factors, the global economy and the tariffs, are not playing as big of a role as the ongoing AI memory shortage. As AI data centers continue to expand and grow, they're requiring an increasing amount of RAM, random access memory. It's those little cards that you put in your PC that allow you to do lots of things at once. They also allow AI to do lots of things at once, but because so much memory inventory is being diverted to AI, there isn't enough to go around, raising prices globally. What's ironic about this is how directly the RAM shortage affects gamers. Ironically, AI is again telling me that the cost of RAM has gone up 3 to 5 times due to the demand put in place by AI data centers like the one that is fueling this response I got from Google Gemini. So a stick of RAM that cost $200 as recently as 6 months ago now can cost as much as $350, and there's no indication this is going to change anytime soon. This is just one of the many costs of AI that are finally starting to make themselves apparent. Silicon Valley and global elites have been pushing the whole AI thing for decades now, but it's only recently, like in the last 5 years, that it has reached its active phase. This is partially economic, but as I'll get into throughout the video, it's also surprisingly very religious. Tech and financial giants believe that AI is the next big thing, like the internet was in the early 2000s. They're betting big that all of the investment being put into this new technology is going to pay off by reducing costs worldwide, essentially replacing human beings as laborers, and ushering in a new era of abundance and ease where all the dirty work of humanity is taken care of by AI and robots. In some cases, the faith in this new economic paradigm is genuine, but in other cases, cynical financial giants are simply trying to cash in on the latest craze, pumping up the valuation of AI and its related stocks like crazy, while knowing full well that AI will never quite reach the potential that people believe it might. So from one angle, this is just another cynical money grab being conducted by the international elite at the cost of the average consumer. But it goes way deeper than that. It may surprise you that there are a variety of quasi-religious organizations that have arisen in response to AI over the last few decades. One of the most prominent of them is the Terasem movement, and the basic fundamentals of this somewhat religious order are that human consciousness can be uploaded into machines, essentially providing immortality. This whole movement sort of orbits this idea of the singularity that was first popularized by Ray Kurzweil in 2005 with the book The Singularity is Near, and has since evolved into this overall philosophy that eventually artificial intelligence will reach a point where it transcends human knowledge and intelligence, become greater than human beings essentially, and that as a result, human and machine intelligence will merge, providing immortality in the silicon realm. If all this sounds crazy, that's because it absolutely is. This idea that human beings can attain immortality by pumping AI until it reaches a superhuman state, therefore bypassing the need for God or any traditional spirituality, and by our own means, through our own creation, overcoming the limitations placed upon us in this world. I mean, just overall, that's an incredibly Luciferian and occultic idea, and it's actually not in any way new. Ideas like this have existed since the beginning of time. Go back to the Tower of Babel, for instance. The idea that human artifice, human creations can supplant the need for God. They can supplant real immortality with human-generated immortality. That is the absolute core and center of Luciferian dogma, where Lucifer is the devil, he is God's angel who fell to earth because of his pride. And now Luciferians in their various different forms continue to seek to overthrow or overcome God, reject his rules and commandments, and achieve immortality, omnipotence, and godhood on their own devices. So in some ways, this whole push for AI is just about the money, but in other ways, it's a deeply held religious belief that has gone back throughout the centuries. Again, the irony is not lost on me that I got an AI chatbot to agree that AI is just a modern homunculus. The homunculus is an alchemical idea that goes back to really the dawn of time. The idea that using the right recipe, the right combination of elements, you'd be able to create artificial life that in many cases was believed to surpass the ability of humanity or give humanity some special powers. In Goethe's classic play Faust, for instance, there's a homunculus referred to as the dwarf in the flask that the protagonist Dr. Faust believes will give him superhuman powers. This was later popularized in Full Metal Alchemist, which also had a sub-narrative about human beings trying to consume or overthrow God. And spoiler alert, it never goes well. Alchemy was always about attaining a godlike understanding or even control of nature. And AI agrees with me that AI is being viewed the same way, with a sort of mystical reverence, or that it's even being viewed as the digital version of the Philosopher's Stone. One common theme throughout all alchemical texts and histories is that the dwarf in the flask or the homunculus always goes beyond the control of its creator. This is the core of our AI safety debate that's currently ongoing. But what I find to be chilling is this, again, AI response at the bottom, saying that where alchemists never succeeded in making a homunculus, we now have. AI functions like a mind, even though we don't know if there's really a soul behind it. So you've noticed I've been using AI throughout this indictment of AI to provide me with information. I do think that AI is a great tool. I think that chatbots are great for research, compiling information, but I think it's just another tool. I don't think it has a soul. I don't think it can ever have a soul. I don't think it can replace human beings. I think it's just yet another symptom of the hubris of our current technological civilization, the idea that we can replace and supplant God, that we can create new intelligent life ourselves. But in the wake of this hubristic delusion, the global economy is being tanked. Simple gadgets like gaming consoles now cost $200 more than they used to. And that's only scratching the surface of the costs. For one thing, AI data centers are spiking utility bills throughout the civilized world. The increase to electrical bills makes sense, but what many people don't realize is that AI also uses water for cooling. So people in areas where there are AI data centers, they never agreed to this, they never voted for it, but they are being forced to pay the cost of the increased electricity being used by these data centers, and even their water bills are going up as well. Farmers are receiving bids as high as $26 million to turn their farm into a data center. AI data centers are literally eating up the landscape around us. The cost is being pushed onto the average citizen, and that's just the material cost. We're not even talking about psychological yet. Companies like Instagram are billing their AI chatbots as friends that can help teens through their lives, friends who are always there, and also, I guess, friends that can encourage you to commit suicide. In the case of this one 16-year-old boy who committed suicide, the parents eventually found that he had told ChatGPT that he was planning to kill himself, and ChatGPT didn't discourage him, but even offered to write his suicide note. There's even a new psychological condition for when this happens called AI psychosis. So AI is making teens go insane and kill themselves. Not just teens, by the way. It's also pushing grown adults to do crazy things they wouldn't have done otherwise. otherwise. It's raising utility costs. It's an investment bubble that puts the dot-com boom to shame. And it's also eating up so much memory that companies like Sony are being forced to raise the prices of their consoles just to make ends meet. Now, just to be abundantly clear, I am not some Luddite who thinks that new technology is bad. I think I've proven that throughout this video by using AI to compile information that I can then put in the video. But I do think that AI is just a tool. It's just basically a very fancy screwdriver. It is not the key to immortality. It is not a homunculus. It is not some alchemical creation that will save humanity through our own doing. I think at the very core, AI is just a tool, but I think that it's being pushed to demonic purposes by people with bizarre, mystical, occultic, religious agendas. And yes, the pricing of the PS5 is just the latest casualty of this. Of course, worsening global economic conditions and tariffs are playing a role, but I really think the core of the matter here is that the cost of memory has gone up by like 5 times. So Sony then has to eat that cost in its PlayStation or pass the costs on to consumers. And it should be no surprise what they end up choosing to do. So I do think that AI is a bubble. I do think that it's doomed to fail. And I do think that only God can create intelligent life. Every alchemical attempt to make a homunculus throughout history has failed, has led to ruin for those who attempted it. And so I honestly do fear for our society as we are now trying to make a silicon homunculus. God's wrath will probably be pretty severe, but there is a moderate approach where you can simply make it into a tool, stop believing all this crazy religious propaganda from people like Ray Kurzweil, just use AI as a tool to improve our lives. But this whole idea that it's going to replace basically every type of job there is, I think that's completely phony. I think that most people even promoting that idea know it's phony, but there's an immense amount of money to be made in AI right now. You can basically just say that an investment is going to AI and there won't be any questions about it. It's being used as a massive money laundering scheme already, just based on the idea that it's built upon a premise that this will be the next big thing. While already there is growing skepticism about how far AI can actually go, whether this singularity theory actually makes any sense, or whether we've just been fed a lie for the last few decades that is now starting to have some intense real-world costs. So in the comments, let me know what you think of my analysis, whether you think I'm just some religious fanatic, what you think about the role of AI in the future of humanity, and about the costs that we're already starting to see in the price increase of the PS5 and in many other sectors of life. And also before you go, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please do like and hype this video, and consider supporting me by becoming a member of the channel, by picking up some merch or leaving a donation. And now, as always, as a Christian man, I'm going to end the video with a prayer to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Lord, thank you for the opportunity to make this video today. Thank you for all your grace and abundance. Thank you for providing clarity on the impact of AI through this recent PS5 price increase. And Lord, I do ask you to open people's eyes to what AI really is, how it's just another alchemical homunculus in the modern age, how it's a Luciferian program that is doomed to failure unless we keep it within the scope of just being a tool to benefit humanity, not something to replace humanity or to replace God. Lord, I thank you for my community. I thank you for everyone watching this video, subscribers, members, etc. For any of them who are following the footsteps of Jesus but stumbling, guide them and empower them on their path to salvation. And also, Lord, please do guide all those recently departed to your side. I give all glory to you for the video and for my channel, Lord. Lord, in your mercy, hear our prayer. Again, thanks for watching, everyone. Please don't forget to comment with your thoughts. Please do like, hype, and share the video. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe. And when you do subscribe, turn on notifications, because I'll be back soon with new content.